Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, what a day yesterday. Finally, we have seen that flush that we wanted to see. Yeah, that drop that needed to happen to get Bitcoin moving again. As you might remember, we were waiting for another low here in this wave pattern just because Bitcoin couldn't get off the ground. As we said, Bitcoin made or fulfilled all the requirements for a low here, to build a low, at least a local low that was here around the $19,500 level. But because it couldn't off the ground, we primarily expected another dip, also with this Elliott Wave triangle pattern here, which was in the end solved to the downside, which basically then followed our expectations. And then I said to you in the previous video, it is quite likely that we still haven't seen the low there. I would expect one more dip here to the downside, and we take a look at that in a minute. Overall, as you know, my primary expectation is bearish now. If you want to hear probabilities, yeah, I think we can talk about here 60% bearish now, 40% bullish. You can say I should have done that earlier. I don't think so. You know, I had reasons to be 60% bullish. First of all, a 60% bullish probability still involves a lot of uncertainty, yeah, which I've previously stated many times. Bitcoin was not a coin where we could have a lot of confidence in. That is why I have previously stated as well that I couldn't tell you with full confidence that the low is already in. Therefore, expect at any point another low. This is exactly where we might end up. This is not confirmed. Yeah, we still haven't dropped below 17,600, but we have dropped below 18,900, which was like the last major support for Bitcoin. So, you know, if you want to trade Bitcoin, you can obviously do it. But for me, it did not have at least the probability that I could tell you with a high certainty that the low is in. You know, please understand that, and I try to make that clear in every video. There is a bullish and a bearish case, and that below 18.9k we have to focus mainly on the bearish case. If you're looking for a coin where we have more probability or more certainty in the uptrend, that would be Ethereum. That might even be Ethereum Classic. We talked about EOS before, maybe even Cosmos. But any coin that created a leading diagonal like Cosmos, again, it's a lower probability. But then we have Quant, that looks decent, and Matic. Polygon Matic, and there are probably some other ones as well that I just forgot, but Bitcoin didn't really create the impulse we wanted to see. It was a leading diagonal or a 1-2-1-2 pattern, but the 1-2-1-2 is now invalidated. Therefore, the only option left for the bullish count here is a leading diagonal for Bitcoin. Even in the leading diagonal, we have now dropped to dangerously low levels and basically taken out the previous support here at 18,900. So here we are basically here at this swing low now, which is at 18,700. But it looks to me that this is going to break as well, and I'm pretty certain we could retest the 17.6k level, but we don't necessarily need to now. But the thing is that there's basically only one bullish count left, so that emphasizes the risk and emphasizes the probability for the bullish count. Here I had a few questions, you know, why do I have the wave 3 shorter than the wave 1? This is only a sketch, you know, this doesn't necessarily point out where those waves are going to land, because we can't really say that until we know how high wave 2 is going to go. So this is still unclear. Yeah, we don't know that yet. If we talk about a potential retracement now, which I think will happen, but not yet. I think there will be maybe one more dip. So let's just make some assumptions. Here now in the wave 2, I would expect now the region between 21 and 22.5k, between the 38.2% fib level and the 61.8, and from then here a wave 3 to the downside to make a lower low below the 17.6k level. There are various levels that we then need to look at. Obviously, first support is the 17.6k, the June low. Then we've got the 16.9k level, which is the 78.6% fib level, which is a very, very important support. So keep an eye on that. And then below that, we've got the region around 14 to 16k, which will be massive support. If we drop below that, we might actually end up in a much longer bear market, which I've previously mentioned as well. But first of all, what is very important here, and I don't expect it to drop below 14 to 16k. Yeah, so this would be my ideal area. So, but what is interesting now for most people is here the imminent short term. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. So as I said before, I do expect one more extension down. that just purely has to do with the reason that with the fact that, you know, we've come down in 5 waves. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So with an extended third wave. And however, in this last 5th wave, we still have 1 wave down to go. Ideally, yeah, ideally. So you can see that here 1, 2 in yellow, 3 and 4 might already be done here. And now the 5th wave to come. Yeah, not guaranteed. This is micro counting here again, but I would expect 1 more dip down. Why? Because again, we ideally need 5 waves to the downside. And again, the wave 3 was an extended wave where we can count 5 waves as well. Easily, yeah. And let's take a look at the retracement we've done. So you can see that in such a volatile market, normally we would have to go a little bit higher. We came all the way up to 18,865. Ideally, the minimum retracement for a wave 4 would be 18,894, but we could already be coming down. You know, there is no rule that says the wave 4 needs to retrace that much, but it is the ideal level that you would normally expect. It's more guideline. So yeah, we could already come down now. I would expect the wave 4 itself anyway to be quite shallow due to the nature of the wave 2 as well. The wave 4 could also unfold as a triangle without a problem, yeah. So either as a flat pattern or a triangle, but it should be very shallow because the wave 2, look at the wave 2 length, they should stay in proportion. So this could evolve as a triangle, for example. We don't know that yet, but I would expect the wave 4 to stay ideally below this wave 4 here of the lesser degree, which ended here at 19,080. Yeah, so I would not necessarily want this wave 4 to go any higher than that. What else? If we go above 19,290, and that's what I mentioned in the previous video, that would indicate the low is in. Yeah, so it could be we don't see that additional low. Maybe we do a double bottom or whatever and go already above the 50% FIB level. That would be for me the signal that we're probably going to go higher. Yeah, if we break above 19,290 substantially, then it could really be that we finally see this healthy wave 2 recovery that I already expected for last week, but sometimes it's difficult to time these things. So I would expect that still to happen. In a very bearish scenario, we wouldn't see that wave 2. Then we've already seen that here. Here. But yeah, it would have been a very, very shallow wave 2. So I think most likely is discount 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we drop now massively much more, yeah, then I think we need to rethink this, and then we have a chance to drop below 17.6k straight away. But I think before we make a new low below the June low, I think we're going to see that wave 2 recovery. We'll see. But overall, that is my primary expectation. So drop a little bit more, maybe into the region 18.5k, maybe even 18k. But from there, we should then go up. I can give you a more specific target based on the assumption that, yeah, okay, maybe the wave 4 in yellow is already in. What would we expect now for a wave 5? Again, this is micro counting here. For the wave 5, we would expect now the 18,360 level as a first target. 18,360, it's the 1-to-1 ratio. So I put that on the chart, or 350, yeah, plus minus a few dollars. And then if we lose that level, then the 18,060 level, that is the 1.618 extension. These two areas now as a target for the wave 5. All right, and that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.